and we're telling the story one word at a time. So this requires that we all pay attention and listen to one another because we're telling the story one word at a time, the Great Campfire. So remember, whatever you decide is right, but you need to listen to each other. Are you ready? Here we go. The Great Campfire. Once
upon
a time. One word.
they.
Once upon they.
Oh.
Whatever you decide is right.
We
Once
ran.
upon a time, we
ran
away. Period. Wonderful. Next word.
Two.
The
Campfire.
Yes.
Comma. To the campfire. Comma.
To
the
lake.
to the lake. Oh my gosh.
then
Then
saw
saw
A duck.
one word. A
Duck.
whatever you say is right. What'd they see?
Goose.
Then they saw a goose. Period or exclamation mark, depending on how you feel. Next word.
no.
No. Are we talking K-N-O-W or N-O-W?
N-O-W. I mean N-O. N-O.
N-O.
N-O.
No.
He
No, he bristled away. The cabin.
caught
Caught
On
on
fire.
fire. Oh my gosh, fire.
Never happened
We're
before.
right at the end. I'm so excited, guys.
So
So she
ran
away. Yay! Thank goodness.
fast.
So then she ran away fast. Fabulous.
and
And
firemen.
firemen.
What did the firemen do, David?
One word. And firemen.
Saved.
And firemen saved.
And through.
One word.
Through.
And firemen saved through.
tomorrow.
And saved through tomorrow.
For
Another fire. Yes. Give yourselves a round of applause. That was the Great Campfire. Do you see how important it is when we're telling stories to listen to one another? You guys did a great job. So this time I think you guys can graduate and we can tell a story one sentence at a time if we can listen to one another. Are you guys in?
Yeah.
Are you guys in?
Yeah.
Wonderful! Wonderful! Are you ready to give me a title of a story that's never been told before?
He's doing it.
A story of a title of a story that's never been told before.
Great mountains.
The Great Mountains.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
The Great Mountains. Who would like to give the first sentence?
Me. Lightning struck the tree
Lightning struck the tree
and made fire.
and made fire.
Rain pouring down.
made the fire go out.
Made the fire go out.
But it sparked again.
But it sparked again.
It burnt a bear.
It burnt a bear.
So the bear got mad.
So the bear got mad. And he rose up with his charred fur and he said, "Roar."
Is that David?
Yeah.
And he tried to put out the fire.
And he tried to put out the fire.
But then another lightning came.
But then another lightning came. Here you go. Next sentence.
And the children all went to get their s'mores.
And the children all went. And the moral of the story is,
And the fire took smoke.
louder.
A fire that cooks s'mores.
Yay! Give yourselves a round of applause.
Yay!
Wonderful. Do you want to hear a story or do you want to tell a story? Do you
Tell
want to
a
learn how to tell a
story.
story or do you want to hear a story?
Here. Yeah.
a story?
Yeah, sure. I
Okay.
don't really have
Okay. So I'm going to share the story of why alpacas are my spirit animal. This time last year, I was living right across the street in Talley's Landing. And I had a boyfriend who was Brazilian, and instead of buying me roses, he bought me 3 alpacas. A big one, a medium-sized one, and a little one. They're like llamas. They're very interesting animals, and they're very watchful. And we brought them down from the Bay Area, San Francisco, and we brought them to my property, which was a half acre, fully fenced. The back line of my property was a creek with blackberries, and we brought the alpacas, and alpacas aren't particularly tame, and so they were kind of prancy, and thank goodness my boyfriend could handle them. And so we released them into my yard, both the front yard and the backyard, and the alpacas are very watchful. And they watch out for each other, and they have really big eyes and really big ears, and they watch. So I was really happy about my...
That sounds like a bunny rabbit.
Yeah, kind of. And they have, instead of hooves, the bottoms of their feet are like dog feet. They have pads.
Oh yeah.
Even though they have sharp hooves on the outside. So picture these 3 alpacas in my yard, and I think they're fabulous. But my neighbors come out of the woodwork, and they don't think they're so fabulous. And they say, those alpacas are gonna summon the mountain lions, and the mountain lions are gonna come and eat them, and there's gonna be carnage all over your yard, and shame on you for getting the alpacas. And I was like, uh-oh.
My spirit is a dragon.
Cool. We'll hear that story in a moment. So here I have these alpacas, and they're not particularly tame, but I decide to tame them. So every morning I go out with alfalfa pellets, and they don't like to be touched, but they like the alfalfa pellets. So I'd hold the alfalfa pellets, and they'd munch the alfalfa pellets, and I'd pet them, and they'd go, but they wanted the alfalfa pellets, so they'd come back and eat the alfalfa pellets, and I'd pet them. And pretty soon they didn't mind being petted anymore.
Hey, you want to hear this?
Your story's in a minute. I'm going to finish my story, okay?
Okay.
So I began to tame the alpacas, and it took about 6 weeks. And my neighbors started to fall in love with the alpacas. They didn't hate them anymore. And by the time Christmas came, they kind of liked the alpacas. Meanwhile, at night, the alpacas would nibble on the outside of my house while I was sleeping. And it seemed like it was a gingerbread house to them. And you'd hear, well, Christmas came, and I dressed the alpacas up with scarves and hats and put them on leashes, and we took them through the neighborhood, and the adults were more childlike than the children. And like all the neighbors came out, and it was like this giant parade, and everybody fell in love with the alpacas.
Oh my god. You're the famous people in the
Hey,
neighborhood.
the part about the alpacas loving, it sort of sounded like they didn't know you anymore.
They kind of fell in love with me. Well, then in March, I decided that I wasn't going to live in the canyon anymore, and I had no idea where the alpacas were going to go to live. And I was really scared because it's like, what if I didn't find them a good home? It's not like you can take alpacas to the pound. And I put an ad in Craigslist, and guess what happened? This lady came and fell in love with them and offered to buy them. She paid me full price, and she took them to live in Calamasa. And they lived with a whole bunch of other alpacas, and they got to be alpaca dads because they were all 3 males. And I got to go visit them, and they recognized me, and I took them for a walk on the leash, and they were happy to see me. And I have to tell you that at that time it was a very big change in my life, and lots of things were unsure. And seeing those alpacas happy and in a good situation made me think maybe I could find my good situation. That was March. In June, I got the promotion to activities director, and I've never worked harder, and I've never been happier. So that's why alpacas are my spirit animal.
You want to hear this?
Yes. Are you going to tell me why dragons are your spirit animal?
No. But my grandparents
Just a second.
has a neighbor that has 2 horses.
Ooh.
And horse and donkey.
Wonderful. Okay, so I think I have two storytellers in front of me. You don't have to be, but I think I do. Tell me what your story's about.
Sharks are my spirit.
Sharks are your spirit animal? I can't wait to hear this. Tell me about it.
So, when I was a baby, I liked my first bath. So, after that, I was like obsessed with the water. When I was like a little baby, when they would get me out of the water, I would cry.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like when I was old enough to think about what I wanted to be when I grew up,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be a marine biologist. And then, because of that, the thing is that I really actually want to spend time with sharks rather than other fish. So, my parents try to interest me in other jobs, but I say no, I'm not stopping. No, I'm not stopping. And then, when I go to school, when we do like certain activities like study this animal, I always look up sharks and sea animals, whatever. And then when I like, even when they say, write about this animal, like this dinosaur, I'm like, can you write about this sea animal? That's the dinosaur. And then they say yes, so I do it. And then when we were going at Lido Creek, when I went inside the water, like it was, I got used to it the first. And that's why they're my spirit.
Wonderful. Let's give him a round of applause. What is your name? Carlos the storyteller. Give him a round.
My name is David.
Hi, David. Would you like to share a story?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay, do. What would you like to share a story about? And by the way, thank you, Carlos. That was splendid.
My spirit animal.
Tell me about your spirit animal.
I like have so much energy and I pretend to be stuff. And like dragons are like my favorite thing and like things. And my spirits like them a lot and they're like crazy like me and everything.
Wonderful.
And when I like to run around and stuff, they do too.
You're right. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. What? David?
Yeah.
David the storyteller. Woo! Carlos the storyteller. Who's your spirit animal?
Well, it all started when I was a kid. I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years old. My mother happened to put a VHS. I'm not sure if they know what that is, but it's like a DVD player.
A long time ago.
Like those little like
They're like
boxes.
blocks. Yeah, they're boxes with tape in it. That's
Oh
what it
yeah,
is.
I saw those. I saw
Oh,
records.
well, I'm glad they're
Those
still
are records.
In a museum somewhere, right?
records. Yeah.
Sorry.
I've
No.
seen them in like movies.
Yeah, they're in
Okay.
movies a
Like
lot.
Captain Underpants.
Yeah. But my mom put a VHS of Dumbo, which happens to be a movie about an elephant. I'm pretty sure you guys have
Oh
heard
yeah,
of it.
I seen the new one.
I have a book
Yeah.
about that.
And so I happened to fall in love with elephants so much because it was a little baby elephant who happened to be different. And because of his difference, he was able to fly, you know? But a lot of people did make fun of Dumbo, of course, because of the fact that he was being different. But I liked it because it just shows you that being different is never a bad thing. It's always a good thing, and you should never be ashamed of it or anything. And it just helps you grow as someone kind and everything. And also, I loved elephants because if you guys don't know, elephants are, I believe, the closest to humans when it comes to loving their family. If you guys didn't know that, elephants do travel back to their spot where their loved ones passed away, and they form a circle and they swing their trunks around in memory of their past family members. So, and also they're just big, loving creatures, and they don't seem like any harm or anything. And I just love elephants. I want to go one day to visit them in Thailand. But yeah, I love elephants.
Wonderful. Thank you. Carlos the storyteller. Now Carlos is going to tag out his little brother, and his little brother's going to come tell us a story. So tag out. Here comes Danny the storyteller. Whoop, 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 whoop. Danny, tell us about your spirit animal.
Okay, well, my spirit animal would probably be a dog. As simple as it is, a dog would be my spirit animal. And that would be because, well, growing up, I love dogs. We always had dogs. And I just grew very close to them because whenever I would get sad or anything, I would go with the dog. And at the moment, I would feel like I'd have all my love from the dogs because they would just come up and be so happy to play with me and see me. And I'd just go to the backyard and play fetch with them whenever I felt down, and that would just make me happier. And growing up all the time, I always felt a special connection towards dogs because they're just so loving creatures and they're so great to be around. I mean, they will make you happy whenever you're sad. I would say that is mostly why the dog is my spirit animal.
Woo, Danny. Wonderful. Welcome, welcome.
My cousin likes dogs, and dogs like my cousin, and dogs always looks up to her.
Wonderful.
Like, plays with her and stuff.
Welcome, welcome. We're glad you're here. We're sharing about what our spirit animal is. Do you have a animal that you would like to share about? An animal that really makes you feel good, or makes you feel brave, or makes you feel better. You don't have to if you don't want it. It's okay. Yes. What's your name? Hello. Okay, thank you.
Thank
What color
you.
were the horses you rode? Oh, well. Were they big or little?
Come on over. Are you sure we're going to be telling stories, you guys? Go and take a seat if you'd like, and we're going to be making...
Thank you. Wonderful. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you sharing your story about horses. Hello there. Hi, welcome. We were just talking about all the kinds of animals we love. Ooh. So, hello. Hi. So, shall we introduce to our new friends how to tell a one-word story? We have new friends. Okay, so earlier we were learning how to tell a story together, and this is called one-word story. And we're going to listen very closely to one another, and we're going to create a story together. So, I am asking for, please give me a title of a story that's never been told before.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Whatever you say is right.
Oh, we have a participant.
Yes? Go ahead, Chloe. Whatever you say is right. Unicorns and mermaids. That's our title. Can you see it? We have a collective imagination happening right now. Unicorns and mermaids. We only have to tell the story one word at a time, but if you notice, we have to listen really closely to one another. So here we go. This is the story of unicorns and mermaids. Once upon once upon a time, there was
Sure.
once upon a time there was a shirt.
Sure.
One word. Whatever you say is right. Once upon a time there was a shirt. Whatever you say is right.
Unicorn. Right? Unicorn.
Once upon a time there was a shirt, unicorn. Shall we put a period on it?
Yes.
Next word.
But...
But
Monster trucks and cars.
monster. One word. Monsters. One word.
Whatever you say is right. But monster.
Monster truck.
Monster roared.
But monster roared.
Not a monster truck.
But monster roared. Whatever you say is right. One word. But monster roared. But monster roared the.
The unicorn.
But monster roared the unicorn. Can we all see it in our imagination? But monster roared the unicorn. New sentence. Whatever you say is right. One word.
Away.
Away the. Away the dragon. Goes. Period.
Away.
Away.
Flying.
Flying.
In the sky.
One word. In
The.
the
Sky.
sky. Away in the sky. What's going to happen next?
He.
One word. Whatever you say is right.
Sorry.
You can hold the space. It's all good.
She.
She.
Mermaid.
She mermaid.
Grave digger.
Grave digger. She mermaid grave digger. We're going to pull this together. It's going to happen. She mermaid grave digger.
The
Whatever you
grave
say is
digger
right.
monster truck.
She mermaid grave digger. One word, Mom.
Swam.
Swam. What? In
The water.
the
Water.
water. Period. They
Swim.
they swim
In.
in
The lake.
Ocean.
the ocean.
What?
But
The unicorn there.
unicorn. Whatever you say is
Flies.
right.
Flies.
But unicorn flies
In the sky.
in. Oops, I
The
skipped a
grave
story.
digger and the monster truck.
In
But unicorn flies in
circles.
circles. Did you know this? It's true. Beginning of a new sentence. Whatever you say is right.
Grave digger monster truck.
Grave digger. There's a theme. Grave digger.
Was
Grave digger was
a monster truck.
a. Grave digger was a
Monster.
Monster.
monster. Exclamation mark. He
Colorful.
colorful. Whatever you say is right. He colorful. Bold, clear, immediate decisions.
Died. No, like this. Dyed his hair.
Oh.
Oh.
No, grave digger. He colorful died. He colorful died.
His.
Toes.
Oh, they were so beautiful, wonderful. Whatever you say is right. New
Bald.
sentence.
Bald.
Bald.
No, that was the strong.
Oh, bold. Bold.
Bold. Thank you for clearing that up for me. Bold. One word. Bold changing. We'll go with that. Bold changing.
Green.
Bold changing green. Whatever you say is right.
Grave digger.
Bold changing green. Grave digger. Comma.
Siren.
Siren.
Cars.
Cars. Let's pull this together. We're heading towards the end of the story. Shall we recap? There's unicorns. Were there mermaids?
Yes.
Mermaids, grave diggers, colorful dyed toes, right? Green, right? Green.
Bold.
Bold changing.
Bold.
Bold changing green.
Bold changing green. Do you see what we're creating together? I'm impressed with your listening skills. I am impressed with your storytelling skills. Where did we leave off?
Bull changing green siren.
Who do I go to?
Cars.
Cars, yes. We're going to tie it together. Mom, new word for the beginning of a new sentence. We're taking it. Raised. Did I
Wait,
get it?
am I a new sentence?
Yes,
Oh.
new word, new sentence.
Spaceships.
Spaceships.
Aw, cute little puppy.
Spaceships.
And
Spaceships in. Spaceships in space. It's all very logical. Spaceships in
Aw,
space.
the cute little
Wonderful.
puppy. There's a
New
cute
sentence. Nice and loud.
Mermaids.
Mermaids and
Aliens.
aliens. Mermaids and aliens
Went
went
to
Party.
went to party. New word, new sentence.
look at this puppy.
Whatever you say is right.
Oh, it might be wrong.
Mermaids.
Swim in the water.
Mermaids swim.
No, it's not wrong.
With.
Mermaids swim with.
With another mermaid.
Mermaids swim with another, because it's one word. Mermaids swim with another
Crab.
Oh, there's the
crab. Whatever you
Monster trucks float.
Monster. Mom.
Trucks.
Monster trucks.
And
Monster trucks in. You get to decide. Whatever
the
you
ocean.
in the
Circus.
monster trucks swim in the circus. Well, of course they do. Okay. And we're heading towards the very last sentence. It's all happening. So aliens
Dried.
dried.
Dry up.
Thank you. So aliens dried. One more.
Up.
So aliens dried up. That sounds like the end of our story. The moral of our story is
Grave diggers.
grave diggers. Grave diggers, angels. Did I hear you wrong? Grave diggers. I got you right? Grave diggers, angels.
And then they swim in the water.
Help me with the one word.
Mermaid.
The first word.
Mermaid.
Thank you. Grave digger, angels, mermaid. Come on, Dad, bring it home. No pressure.
UFOs.
Okay, grave diggers, mermaids, angels, UFOs. A lot of
Aliens.
commas.
Aliens.
Aliens. Did I miss it? Grave diggers, mermaid, angels, aliens. Whatever you say is right. Are, thank you. Grave diggers, mermaids, angels, aliens are
Loving.
loving creatures. Wasn't that beautiful? Give yourselves a round of applause. That was the moral of the story. That was wonderful. All right, everybody. This is storytelling. This is story listening. If you notice, we operate much differently in this sacred circle of story because we listen to one another. Do you notice that no one's looking at their cell phone? No one's distracted. You have keyed into a different part of your intelligence. So yay for the attention, yay for the storytelling. What do you say we top it off with s'mores? Who's in?
Yay!
Give it up for all